ain't too late to run off to mom now.
These matches are going to be even more ridiculous.
If you know anything about Street Fighter, you do not doubt the GOAT.
My man is always hitting go. You thought I was playing? Oh, you're hella dead.
The main event.
Help me out, Nadeshko.
Look how much it means to him!
Wow! And Hibiki, back after the ultimate improvement.
I'll show you.
Line it up. Power to the earth!
See what I'm really made.
The honor was mine. I'll settle this.
Let's begin.
That's not over. Are you serious? My man is reading right now. My man is reading. Skip to my rules at the end of you know.
Hello and good evening everyone, and welcome back to Capcom Fighters for another episode of Sets here on a Monday night. Some good vibes, some good GGs, and a nice friendly chat with all the players. Once again, I'll be your host Jammerz, and alongside me he's back. Every so often he upgrades his surroundings. First there was a fridge, then there's a backdrop. Now he's changed his hairstyle, but he is my co-host once again for tonight. Veggey, talk to the peoples. How you feeling?
I'm feeling very good, Jammerz. Thank you for noticing the hair. Not everyone does, and when someone like you does, that means a lot to me. So now I was really touched. It warms my British heart because I am your favorite Brit, as always, here hosting it or holding it down with you, Jammerz. So yeah, I'm very touched by your compliment for my, or you didn't really compliment it, but I just take it as a compliment.
Well,
I'm touched for your comment, at least the comment, the notice. You notice something is different, and that's enough for me because you are my friend.
That's great. I mean, it's just the first thing I noticed when you jumped on camera when we were setting up for tonight's show. But hey, he's got all the energy. He's very charismatic. But you have to keep that energy up because, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a big one tonight. A very special one indeed. Richard, do you mind rolling the fight card so that people can know what's going on tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be heading over to Algeria and talking to the peoples here and watching them showcase their skills. Tonight's fight card is going to be, as you can see on your screens, Kxgenocide going up against Arydoon. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I hope I haven't butchered it because I don't know if there's a hidden like pronunciation somewhere that I don't know about, but hopefully I've said this right. We have been speaking to a little bit to the boys prior for, and they are in the waiting room ready for us here, but we got to do this first segment part, this first part of the show before we bring these guys and have a chat. Find out what they're thinking about all things Street Fighter. But Veggey, how you feeling about tonight's fight card?
You know, this is definitely two of the best players from the region, so I think we have a good fight card when you think of the skill-wise, and they are kind of the vocal players as well, so we have that representation. You have all the players in the region like Idris, and then you have Shin SDK, and tons of players, tons of strong players, but I feel like these are like the epitome of at least the Algerian community as far as I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, the epitome, epitomized battle of the Algerian community. And I do think you are correct on the pronunciation because I have a nephew and his name is Arydoon. So I'm pretty sure that's the correct one, but we can check later with Arydoon himself and see. But that sounds correct.
Now, this is interesting because, like Veggey said, it's a region that we haven't, I think internationally hasn't been given as much spotlight as they deserve, and there's tons of hidden talent in this scene, regardless in all different pockets of the world. So tonight is a great way to exhibit some of the best players they have. This might be the exemplary performance. There might be some more hidden gems we might bring on the show in the future. That is in discussion, but tonight it's going to be all about Kxgenocide going up against Arydoon, and they are in the waiting room, like I said. But Richard, just to remind the people's, roll next week's fight card as well, so the people do not forget about the guys we're going to be bringing back onto the show, because it will be a CPT run back. Angry Bird set this up. I had no involvement in this. He said, look, bring us on the show, first to 10. I'm going to beat Big Bird in not a first to 3 grand finals on the Capcom Pro Tour. I'm going to beat him in the first to 10 with Seth. I'm going to steal all his moves and his Ken Shoryuken and use it against him. So make sure you tune in next week for this run back here. It's going to be big. Big Bird's already been on the show already, but we want him returning and make sure the Birds duke it out with one another. They're on the same team, and these guys bicker quite a bit about this game, so we've got to bring them on, have a chat. Nice friendly chat. And then obviously a week after that will be another interesting one, if we can get that on the screen. Hey, there you go.
Nice.
I think you pronounce it as Mature. So shout out to Mature, because I know he does a lot of stuff on social media. He's a very competent Ryu. He's actually done a lot of work for the Street Fighter 5 scene behind the scenes. I think a lot of people don't know about that. I'm going to label him as one of the unsung heroes for Street Fighter 5. So if you don't know, get to know. And he's going to be on the show joining us with an opponent known as Carbon. I think I'm unfamiliar with him. I probably have seen him play once or twice, but a name that comes to mind I'm definitely familiar with. So pardon me for my ignorance, but I can't wait to see this set happen on July 5th as well. So make sure you're locked into the show for that one there. So, I mean, these upcoming fight cards are going to be nothing shy of amazing there, Veggey. So hopefully we're going to be prepared for those ones and then enjoy more gourmet games in the first to 10s. I mean, how you feel about that?
When it comes to Angry Bird and Big Bird, I'm interested in watching. You know how when Big Bird was on the show the first time, he played against
GTR.
GTR. I just forgot his name. Yeah, and we saw the match, which was like, oh, he's using the secondary Kage to beat his main guild. That was like the thought people had. But then we see them in the CPT, and when Big Bird goes his main Rashid, he's actually losing. And then he has to go back to this pick that we saw earlier this year to come back and take it. Like, I don't remember exactly the score, but he came back from losing with Rashid and taking the set with the Kage. So when we earlier this year kind of thought like, oh, this is like there's such a disparity in level here that he's just picking a secondary. The truth is actually that it's more like a matchup thing than we realized. And watching another set from that region will be very interesting to see how they evolve. You know, Big Bird having multiple characters, more characters than Angry Bird. I feel Angry Bird has like 2 really strong characters now, like one set, and he did play Akuma before, so he will definitely get to like try in a serious setting more of his characters if he'd like. And I'm also wondering do you think Seth has the upgraded DP? Ken DP? Has he gotten the upgraded, the buffed version when he steals it? Or
no, I don't think it applies. I think it's the original one. That's actually a very interesting question.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's any Seth experts in the chat, I mean, let us know. But I doubt any of the install moves he steals, they get changed along with whether a move got buffed or nerfed in accordance. But I don't know. That's a very interesting
that is
question.
I'm very interested in knowing if that's the case, because I mean it would only change their specific matchup. So Ken gets better and then Seth gets better in the same matchup, if that was to be the thing. So that would just be kind of like a cool thing. But yeah, I personally don't know. We'll probably get to know at least when they're on. If you might check it later. I think we need to know these Jammerz. So yeah, and then Mature or Mature. Yeah,
Mature.
It's Mature. Yeah, and his set with Carbon. I'm really looking forward to seeing this Carbon player, as I'm ignorant to the scene the same way you are when saying that I don't really know that player that well. So I'm very interested in seeing what he will bring, and we already know that Mature has that really solid, strong Ryu. So both sets are very exciting and kind of different from what we usually see, Jammerz.
For sure. And obviously, Veggey was talking about a lot of players that were involved in CPT action not too long ago. But speaking of the devil, we had another Capcom Pro Tour event finish over this past weekend. And it's probably going to be one of the biggest talking points for weeks to come. Richard, roll the graphic that congratulates the latest qualification spot for the Capcom Pro Tour. He's not from the East Coast, He's not from the far regions of Asia. He's not from the back of the 9 galaxies of your solar system. I believe he's from a place called Hollywood. And ladies and gentlemen,
Hollywood.
Hollywood Rob TV is the latest person to qualify for the Capcom Cup. I haven't actually said it to him yet, but I'm going to say it here and I'm going to drop him a message later on tonight as well. But Rob TV, congratulations for qualifying for the Capcom Cup through North America Midwest 1. Grand Finals with Brian F. You know, that whole top 8 was actually, you know, exciting to watch. I mean, look at that losers bracket overall, right? There's 3 2s all over the gaff, and obviously a dominating performance on the winner's side from Rob TV there, beating DAP VIP 3-0, beating Brian F 3-0, and then in the Grand Finals beating 3-0 again. So 6 games on the bounce against his co-host for No Neutral. That must sting, but do you know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to sting even more. That's going to be a temporary sting, short-term effects, but what's going to happen now is they're going to be recording some No Neutral episodes, and it's probably going to be, should commentators or hosts be actively playing and trying to compete for a qualification spot in Capcom Cup or something like that, and then Rob is definitely going to give us a monologue about that and probably put up a good case, and then Brian will be able to have a good argument to that, because look, the guys who do your pre-show for the Capcom Pro Tour, they were in the Grand Finals of the Midwest 1, and again, he's hosted Street Fighter League. He's doing No Neutral with Ryan F. He does his own streams. He's actively playing against some of the best players in the world that reside in the East Coast. Have we got any excuses? Veggey, do we have any excuses? I don't.
I mean, we don't have any excuses, but he is definitely from the mid. No, you forgot, he's not from the Midwest. He's from the Midwest, as he said himself while the top 8 was going on. Top 3 Midwest. Oh, I'm not that surprised, since it was a Midwest CPT, so top 3 would probably be Midwest, but that was definitely the Midwest, and not just saying the play, but also the show, because the emotions we got from that top 8 and like the way we felt the energy was quite different from other CPTs in other regions, I feel, Jammerz, because you could really feel these personalities, even though you had St. Cola on commentary, which helped.
Shout outs to St. Cola and Ultra David, by the way, for holding it down. But there you go.
And so I kind of felt like you felt that energy through the screen. And when Rob played, he played angry. He was so.
Are you sure he played angry?
Yeah, angry, but not angry in a salty way, but more like determined. Determined is a better word. He's like very determined, very firm and consistent, just walking, doing his thing, and it was a show of passion. I feel this CPT. It was not just a CPT top 8. It was really emotional top 8, and I could feel the emotions through the screen. That's what I felt personally. I don't know about you, Jammerz, but that's what I experienced this weekend watching that CPT.
No, I mean, fair play. I think Logan did make a fair point on social media last night, or it might have been the night before, where he said, like, look, if you got any locals that are pretty much active in that community and can do a little bit of commentary, bring them on, because it kind of strengthens the storyline and kind of gets more people more engaged, more hooked into the whole thing. And having St. Cola from that region commentating those guys, like, you can definitely, like you said, the energy just exuded and it permeated throughout the room, so everyone felt that, you know. And again, it's a good reflection on that scene because of how strong they are. Rob TV qualifies, got more work to do. As you can see, look, there you go, players qualified for Capcom Cup. They've put Guile. Oh, how long? That's old. Like,
that's very interesting.
That is very old.
Wasn't his Guile a counterpick character even? I think he's still maining Karin when he played Guile, wasn't he?
I think it was Karin and Guile. Then he picked up Chun-Li. I don't actually see his Guile that often anymore, you know. Last season, it was all Guile. Well, not all Guile, but more Guile than Chun-Li, I think. And then this time around, I just see Karin and Chun-Li. So I think Capcom do need to get that updated there. That would be much appreciated. They could do that. But yeah, we had Takamura from Europe, but then obviously the latest qualification spot is going to Rob TV, putting in that work there. So I think we are on the CPT break now for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll be back with you with China's one and only event, or they might have 2. Double check the schedule. Go on the website, capcom.com, because I know there's a 2 or 3 week break happening from this week until some point in July. Can't remember exactly what CPT is coming up next, but again, there's things going to be happening in between that time, because there you go, as we can see right here. So
let's go.
They're not going to be back with you until July 10th, that's going to be China 1. I'm not sure if that's their one and only CPT. I don't know if they have 2, but if they do have the 1, then again, just like Western Europe, you got to play, you got to put all the marbles down, gamble all the chips, you got to bring out all the tech,
out,
man,
baby.
because, yeah, you got to go double down, do everything. Because, again, it's going to be fierce, and it's great to see that, you know, more regions have been, you know, included into this CPT, because it's 32 events online going into next year as well. I'd be curious to see who's going to commentate that one as well. That'd be interesting. But China's got an abundance of talent over there, but only one guy can make it through in that top 8 there. So yeah, don't forget, no CPT action until July 10th. June action has been concluded. We'll be not back until July 10th with you guys there. But in the meantime, though, in the meantime, I think it is starting from at some point a week from now, actually, a week from now, a week from tomorrow, there is going to be the next stage of the Intel World Open happening, which is going to be the closed qualifiers. Richard, can you roll the graphic just to let everybody know about the Intel World Open once again? Obviously, this is a graphic that you guys are familiar with, but if you go on the website and check it out, you'll be able to see who has qualified for the closed stages and which players, some of your favorite players, are going to be featured in those closed qualifiers. And they're going to be going on for quite some time. I think they're going to be going on for about a week straight or so. But Veggey's going to be part of the player run-ins as well with Western Europe. So I bet he's aching, or he's itching to kind of get playing there and compete with some of the best that Western Europe had to offer from the qualifications. Have you been preparing accordingly?
So far, I've been doing more general play. This week, I'm moving into a couple of matches that I feel that I personally don't feel comfortable in. So I will look into those matchups and see if I can better myself in those matchups before I potentially face them again in the qualifier. So it's fight. I don't want to reveal what character I have to work against, but there is like two characters that I'm in that top 8 that I know what to do against, but I would like to get even deeper. So that is my next stage now in preparation, not just playing to keep yourself fresh, but also digging deeper into those matchups. And we can talk about which they are after the qualification, if that ever comes up as interesting. So yeah.
Have they told you if it's random seeding again or not? Or has there been no information on that?
Yeah, I haven't read personally, and I have not been told by the TOs because I have not asked. But a guy from the Scandinavian Discord, he said he had read the rules, and in the rules they said double elimination, random seeding for the top 8. So you don't take my word for it, but I believe that's what we're going to get. But I don't know for sure, and we will all know eventually. But right now, I'm not sure, but I do think that it's going to be that way. So.
Hey, only one way to find out.
Have that double chance.
Yeah, look, he's got something to prepare for. I don't. I'm probably just gonna be watching the sidelines, root for him and all the other guys as well. Do obviously check up on the website the respective information, because some qualifications or closed qualifiers have 8 players involved, while others only have 4, because the open qualifiers were separated between 2 chances to 4 chances, depending on your respective regions. But all in all, there's going to be plenty of Street Fighter action still happening each and every day round the clock for you guys to enjoy. And obviously, everyone that is involved in the closed qualifiers, good luck, and make sure your training, or hopefully your training, is going well there. Now, is there anything we got to mention before we bring the boys in? Because these guys, we've actually been preparing today for about 2 or 3 weeks, and these guys are definitely aching to have a little chat with us. And I'm very curious to see how they're feeling about this whole thing. And I have heard from my stream team that these guys are in and ready and waiting for us. So let's see if we can bring them in and have a little chat with them, because I'm curious to find out how the Algerian scene views Street Fighter North Africa in general. So let me find out. Have we got our 2 gentlemen, Genocide, Arydoon? Can you both hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Hi guys.
Hello guys.
Hey.
حبيبي أريدون، حبيبي جينوسايد، شلونك حبيبيس؟
بخير بخير.
Perfect. Gentlemen, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on sets tonight. It's great to have you on, and it's great to be watching you guys duke it out in the first attempt, so we can the whole world can see your gameplay. But like we said to you guys before, because to the audience at home, we were having a chat with these guys. We got some questions to ask these people, because that's what we do on the show. I want to know more about these guys, how they feel about Street Fighter, and then once they've had that first 10, we just go, right, who's feeling upset and what should they improve on, and ask them other things revolving what they change about Street Fighter in the future here. But the first question I have for you both, but I want to start with Genocide specifically, is how did you come up with your nickname Kxgenocide? I have a feeling it was based on Sagat, but I could be wrong. So would you like to tell me about your nickname Genocide?
Okay. So it will be a little bit fun about my gamer tags. Okay, the story behind my gamer tags goes from the time where I used to play some first-person shooters.
Okay.
Games like Quake and Unreal. And the context of that game lead me to pick a brutal gamer tag in order to be a little bit. And it's simply the first name of the first letter of my first name, following by X for unknown, and genocide. It's simply like that.
Okay.
So it was not very thoughtful from my part by choosing this gamer tag, but with the time I became more notorious in my region, so I decided to keep it.
Okay,
That's all for.
That's interesting because we have a lot of interesting people that come on with very unique handles and whatnot. So I was very curious because on the way to the studio, I was like, hold on. He might have played Sagat in SF4 and he had a move called Tiger Genocide, I think it was. So
yeah, something like that.
I thought that's what it might have been based off. But hey, if you made that tag back when you were, if you made that tag back when you were a teenager,
I will change my argument in the future. I'm using this. Maybe it will be more serious.
Listen, if you made that tag back when you were a teenager, we all had weird names back when we were younger. It's only some people decide to stick with them and some people decide to change it. So
exactly.
That's
maybe for Street Fighter 6 I will come out with a new one.
maybe. Arydoon, what about your gamer tag? That's a very interesting name. I'm curious about that. Talk to me.
Okay, so I think it's the first time I will reveal the meaning behind of my gamer tag, and no one knows about it. So I always been a fan of Street Fighter series. I played almost all the titles since young age, and also always been a fan of Ryu. And when Super Street Fighter 4 came out, I started playing Arydoon and quickly find it's too fun. I liked his game style, the character design, and the sounds of his special move like Jaguar Kick, Rising Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar 2.
So I tried Jaguar 2, yes. So I tried to create a gamer tag that is a mix between Ryu and Arydoon, and that's where the gamer tag Arydoon come from. I didn't take it seriously when I created it, but my friends found it cool and easy to pronounce, and even known online with it. So I keep it.
You know what?
I always, because I always thought that their nickname was based on like first or middle name. Since, as I mentioned earlier, I have a nephew who is Arabic and his name is Arydoon. So I just assumed that was your name, but that's actually Ryu and Arydoon. Ryu.
Yes, it's Ryu and Arydoon. Yes.
Yes. Ryu and Arydoon. That's crazy.
Ryu, yes,
I had no idea. That's very interesting story.
And the fun part is there is people like French players who pronounce it Arydoon, and the Japanese player, it's weird, they pronounce it like Arydoon. I don't know where they come from. Arydoon. So.
Listen, as long as we pronounce it right, that's all I really care about, to be fair.
Yes, at least, yeah.
Okay, fair play. Veggey, I mean, I think you had an interesting question for these guys next, right?
Yeah, I was because your scene is, or I have this impression that you have like an online scene, and I was just wondering, like, what kind of scene do you have? Is it an online-based scene or is it an offline-based scene? And if it is an online-based scene, does it include the other countries around the area, like Egypt, Morocco? Do you have tournaments, things like that? Yeah.
Okay, so It's my turn, no?
Yeah,
We
genocide.
start with
Okay,
genocide. Yes, sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in Algeria, so we have online and offline. We had online and offline tournament. Offline before the global pandemic of COVID-19, and online after. And we used to have many tournaments organized here by famous brand. And among the biggest tournament we had the North African Fighters 2017, with the participation of Tunisia and Morocco. And we have the Orange Esport Experience 2019, that is equivalent to African Championship for us. And in fact, the Orange Esport has been started in 2017, but we wasn't included among the country. But from 2019, we joined this big event. And also as circuits, we have the Dibza. It's the feast in English. It's a monthly tournament organized by famous band also, and we have Zaire by Battle, also a monthly tournament set like a league with the final every year. That is for about the offline tournament.
Yeah.
And for the online, we have many tournaments also gathering all the country around, from Morocco to Egypt and Algeria, Tunisia. For example, we have the Tiger Cave tournament, which is an open tournament for North Africa and Europe country also.
Okay.
This is yes, the South country of Europe can participate if they had good connection with us. And also we have a monthly clash between Algeria and Morocco, with the 4 best players from each country, and it's a monthly clash between us. That's I think that's all for a tournament that we have in our region.
Okay.
Did you have like a lot of players entering the tournaments, or how big is that tournament scene when you play?
Yes, for the Tiger Cave, it's a 64 slot open tournament, so I think it's every time full. So and we had the participation of Vega Patch 2 times in this tournament. Yes, and it's open also for Egypt, and we have many talented players from Egypt and Tunisia joining us. This tournament is principally created by Moroccan guys, and it's open for all the North Africa and West and South country of Europe.
Wow.
Okay. Well, you know what? I've definitely learned a lot in that short space of time.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we don't know a lot about this, so it's a very good time, and it's a good platform for these guys to let people know that this scene is just as active as the European scene, as the American scene, as the Asian scene, and let people.
Yes, we try to make it happen every time, and make some effort to be on the top for the tournament, and
that's good.
Keep the guys motivated.
I like that. Now, I have a question for Arydoon, or I'd like Arydoon to answer this one. In your personal opinion, who are the top 5 players in your region that people should be paying attention to, whether it's online or offline or whatever? Who are the top 5 players in your region?
You know, Africa is so big that you can't have a distant match between the farthest countries. There are so many players that we didn't play because of the distance. But from what I've seen in the previous tournament and challenge, there are other talented players in all Africa. I had the chance to play some of them once in Frisia 3. It's a tournament in Ivory Coast, gathering more than 10 nations, where I meet some of Central African best players like Mark Masters, like Chooks and Joker. and other talented players. In other hand, we can speak about the 5 best players in North Africa.
Yeah.
In my point of view, following the result made on offline and online tournament and challenge, among them we can mention KX and Idris and me from Algeria, and also Dark Sword and Freezer from Morocco, and that's my top 5. Without forgetting players from Tunisia like Omzar, and players from Egypt like MC Moura and Niz. And just for information, the top player I already mentioned are qualified to the close qualifier in inter tournament, in addition to Linz, who takes his qualification also.
Okay, interesting. Does Dark Sword, that name's familiar with me. Does he still play Karen?
Yes, he still plays Karen. He is from Morocco.
Okay, I haven't played him in a long time, so I didn't know he was still playing.
No, because
talk to me.
You know, Jammerz, after they changed the connection limitations for or the criteria for your 3, 2, 4, 5 bars, a lot of players are not facing the players they used to play because they are on a too restrictive bar setup. The old the old 4 to 5 is like a 3 to 5 or something like that. Now I don't remember exactly. So if you were running into them on a 4 to 5 before, you're probably not running into them on a 4 to 5 now. So if you'd like to run into them again, you need to set your criteria down to 3 to 5, which should be playable right now for you. It definitely can be.
Looks like I got to change it from 5 bar only and expand.
Yeah, okay, then you're not getting anyone. You won't even get Norway then.
Actually, I do get 1 or 2 Norwegian players, but I don't get everyone. So apparently I've got to change it and open up the floodgates to play certain people. So no, it was just a personal opinion that, a personal question I wanted to ask as well. Another question I have before we obviously have this closing moment, I want to direct this one at Genocide. I want to know overall, how does your region or your community view SF5 at the moment? Do they like it? Is there, a couple of complaints? Like, what's the overall opinion on SF5 right now for you guys?
Okay, the transition between Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 was a little bit hard because many players familiar with Street Fighter 4 didn't accept the change to Street Fighter 5, but with the time we learned to appreciate more of the game and found all the new mechanics and the new way to play footsies and all. We all adhere to it. The player in our region are big fans of Street Fighter franchise. In fact, every gaming saloon has at minimum 1 title from the previous Street Fighter, I think. Okay. Because we used to play arcade before, so we have Street Fighter 2 Turbo and all the stuff, and Street Fighter Alpha. We all grew up playing this kind of game. And I think Street Fighter 5 is the only game showing high skill and growth potential in our region, since other fighting games are played more for fun without esport background.
Yeah.
And I think our FGC play other titles, but not with the same level of investment and potential for the players to shine over the overseas. I think is with Street Fighter for now, because they all invest more in these games.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of attention, and it's definitely bringing you guys the spotlight you deserve, and maybe an even bigger spotlight in the future through that franchise alone. And look, we've seen guys like you guys come onto the show and obviously play in the past against some of the best we have to offer in Europe. And obviously when the guys came down from Red Bull Kumite, you guys got a couple of games in with some of the internationals as well. That's how people are seeing you guys through Street Fighter 5. I mean, Veggey, can you agree with that? Disagree?
And I think that also, as much as people like to say things about netcode in Street Fighter 5, I think that the netcode allows more regions to actually take the game seriously, because even though it might not be perfect, it allows you to play sometimes not as stable, but a lot of the time stable enough to learn and to improve in regions far from each other. I could never play with Algerians in Street Fighter 4. It was simply not playable. It wasn't playable. I can play with Algerian players in Street Fighter 5, and it's playable, and we can learn from each other. So I think maybe that's a part of it, that the netcode is actually a part of the reason why so many regions that haven't been connected offline-wise to the rest of the world can now kind of get their moments to shine. I think that is something to think about in these times when we hear so much talk about netcode in general, that it might not be perfect, but it's definitely doing some work, the online features for Street Fighter 5, I'd say, personally.
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Oh, do you want to say something quickly,
what do
Genocide?
you think? Yeah.
Yes, I just want to say that I think that we are a little bit lucky to be near to the European country and has the ability to play with them with decent connections. And I think that's why our level come from, because we have the opportunity to play with great gamers in European, and also develop our skills also.
Okay. That's lovely stuff there. So, gentlemen, for this segment of the show, we have just about ran out of time. We are going to take a short esports break, but when we come back, we're going to get Arydoon and Genocide into the lobby, and then you guys are going to witness their skills in this first to 10. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you shortly. All right, ladies and germs, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Kxgenocide and Arydoon. We just concluded the pre-match chat, which those guys were enlightening us more about their gaming tags and themselves as people and their community regarding Street Fighter 5. But now, let's get into the action of what you guys want to see the first to 10. I'm going to push myself to the back of the queue here, and then when I do that, these guys are more than good to go and hit the buttons, get ready with that first to 10, because I'm curious. I think I've seen 1 or 2 replays of Arydoon. I know Genocide featured on one of Damascus's Wanted a couple of months back, but these guys do not get the these guys don't get the spotlight or the attention that they do deserve. But you're saying, Veggey?
Yeah, do you remember who he fought in that set?
I think he fought Mystic. Yeah. I think it was Mystic that Genocide faced.
It was Mystic. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I remember seeing that ad as well, but I don't really know how that episode went because I was having some things I needed to sort out, so I didn't get to watch.
I can't remember.
But yeah, I'm not really sure. But I think it's cool that they get invited to these events as well, and I love how we can like personalize or give faces to players you see online, which makes it easier to kind of like bridge and bond between communities, I feel. Now that they have been here today, they have been kind of like, hey, these are guys, these are really nice guys. Let's play with them.
All right. So we're going to another part of
sentimental,
the world.
Sorry. Yeah.
We're going to another part of the world to see this matchup here. We see this a fair bit when they are playing their mains between Big Bird and Angry Bird. But now we're going to see Arydoon and Genocide's perspective on this matchup here. These guys go back and forth. They have played each other a number of times. So this is just another day at the office for the pair of the Rashid versus Seth.
And these are 2 guys I can imagine play a lot together, so we will definitely see some intricate knowledge and some intricate like decisions based on their previous previous encounters, I would think, Jammerz.
Yeah, now what's interesting is they both use Seth. Now obviously I think Seth is Genocide's sub-character, so there's going to be insider knowledge for both of them, and it looks like that Genocide's gone with V-Skill 2 instead of V-Skill 1 in this matchup. I thought there would have been some really cool applications for the Tandem engine, but clearly not.
Yeah, and I do feel like set players often kind of decide their V-skills based on more personal preference a lot of the time than just what the matchup would say. As I see these sets play different V-skills in different matchups or in the same matchup.
Yo, he chased down that back dash with the Eagle Spike. Nice. What? He literally just went for that decision right in the first round there. That's nuts.
But that's when you have those, as we spoke of those decisions based on their history. They he knew that was coming. That was already written in his book. So he was going to punish that, to set that early example for what Kxgenocide has to look for or be aware of. Nice block.
Sure, and a nice jump, and he used the tandem boost to chase it down, but he didn't commit. That's going to be a big punish there. Unscaled damage for Genocide in the corner. Oh, he missed his DP there. I think he wanted the DP, not the crouching fist.
Definitely. Gets to get out. No punish on. The V-reversal was not ready. Definitely a V-reversal you can do something about. Great anti-airs from Arydoon, I think. So far we've seen the crouch medium punch, we've seen the DP, and it's been working out. But right now, Kxgenocide finds an opening from the air.
It's too far away to get that crouching jab confirmed. I know standing light kick was not going to work from there either, but gets that wall jump. Activate V-trigger 2. No DP. He's going to die.
Yeah, no, nice patience. Yeah, no DP. Nice patience from Kxgenocide there, but a bit too long. He gets thrown for his troubles eventually. Can't block forever. Gotta do something, Jammerz.
Well, I mean, like, when you're playing, like, extended sets, like first to 10 or just casual battle lunges or whatever, like, situations like that, it is fine to just not so much accept the loss. That's kind of like a poor way of articulating it or having a poor mentality. It's like, look, there's plenty of time to understand that situation in depth more. So taking the grab there, not committing to the reversal is actually pretty decent.
Cool. Nice, using the X kick there to kind of like make something happen. That nice Jammerz. Nice. Yeah.
Even though that's -4 on block, the crouching hard kick from Seth, I think stand hard kick from Rashid actually a good response, and it's got more pushback, so it's harder to punish for a character like Seth. So that's pretty interesting.
It definitely does depend on the lights, or the lights of the opposing character. So I'd imagine spacing hard kicks is a nice thing against someone, as you say, like Seth. Seeing as how his lights aren't all that nice blocking.
Interesting frame trap there. Worked out with the EX Hecatoncheries, and he's abusing Cruel Disaster at the moment, mixing up his timings and pressure here, but he's in the corner now. Genocide. Let's see how Arydoon keeps him there.
Messes up the air axe kick, but it doesn't really matter. He gets out of the corner for it, and then we have a little speed up. Nice. Forward heavy punch into the throw. Just keeps it safe.
I rarely see that move, because I think that move is absolutely terrible.
Did you see that counter hit conversion though? He saw the crouching medium punch and reacted with a standing heavy punch on reaction. Very nice. Showing that he's more than just playing Seth. He knows Seth main perhaps these days.
Yeah.
Nice round. Nice round taken from Genocide.
Do not worry about the speed ups on the spectator mode. It only applies to spectator mode. I don't think anything is happening between the players. I think they're perfectly fine. It's just that we're spectating it and they are slightly ahead of us, so it's just going to catch up as much as it possibly can. Do not worry about that.
Very nice jump out from Kxgenocide, getting out of that pressure that EX been using.
There's a forward hard punch there, and good jab interruption from Arydoon. Did he go for the spinning mixer knockdown? Is he not? Okay, I thought he was going to bait a DP, but he didn't. Pressure still been applied.
Nice. Getting all those plus frames from the whirlwind shot. Nice, no whiff punish. Big whiff in his face there. Just activates. Looking for anything right now, Jammerz, because anything will be very big. Don't need much. Nice.
You know
Wakes up.
That's legit. I like that.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
with V-Shift in the game. Wake up, EX Annihilate Sword is actually pretty damn good now.
Yeah. Absolutely something legit done there. Oh, very tense situation right now. Oh, and he gets to dash just through the crouching medium punch. Just as the active frame ends, the hurt box was in there. He's really pushing it now, trying to get anything before he gets chipped out.
Oh, that was
That was
unfortunate.
probably it. Yeah.
That's actually, so that's the unsafe version, or the extremely unsafe version of spinning mix. I think that's the light one, so that's like -6 or 7, I believe it is, but it's a really good frame trap.
At least 7, yeah.
Everyone's expecting the heavy one or the EX one to come out so they can interrupt and apply pressure. So that kind of mixing up the whirlwind shot, just as his Seth mixes up his pressure with the spin kick on the ground. It's very interesting stuff there. Arydoon is 2-0 up. Looks like Genocide is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, nice conversion off of the forward medium punch, and but you also, I do think that Genocide would have been chipped there, and that so he was definitely kind of like making some kind. Oh, great punish there on that that heavy kick that we spoke of earlier. That is the answer. Great usage of the extended hitbox on the DP from Seth.
Yeah, that was a sick punish. I think one thing that's been very interesting is both players' aerial approach to each other and how hard it is for the other one to anti-air consistently.
Exactly.
Meaty Hecatoncheries. And he dashes up the stand hard kick into V-Trigger 2.
Oh, he's not ready to check the dash, and he gets hit on the second jab.
That was not a good idea.
Nice.
That was really not a good idea. Wow.
And that's just one more. Oh, DP.
He's dead.
Is that enough? Yeah, one more.
Oh,
one more.
yeah, no, do you know why? No. I'll
Yeah,
tell you why. Because the higher that move connects, right? The higher that move connects, the more hits that come down from the mad spiral. And all you gotta do is wait for the flash, the yellow flash to finish off of EX Mad Cradle, and you literally press it. That was optimal stuff from V-Trigger 1.
Great. Wow, I had no idea that it worked that way, Jammerz. I thought that if you hit it later, you would just get less hits in general.
No, literally, you just have to make it like, wait until the yellow flash is finished, then do it. Then he's get more hits coming down.
Nice setup for that. Was that the overhead or the high? No, the low?
He is going in with these EX Mad Cradles right now. Spinning mix and missed. Oh, he's going to get punished. That's big. Yeah, that's big. That is huge. Is he going to let it in the corner?
No. Yeah. Just one more hit now. Anything will take it, really, Jammerz, from Kxgenocide. And I mean, kind of the same from Arydoon as well now. Just might be a bit easier for Genocide to hit.
Oh, wait, don't do that. Okay, he's run away and he's out again. Jesus Christ, we playing Marvel or Street Fighter? What are we playing?
Yeah, I mean, Rashid, if you are Rashid, you're allowed to play a little bit of Marvel. I mean, you have that. You know, Marvel players do tend to gravitate towards. He's not ready to jump out this time. And he blocks the third part of the whirlwind shot, which is the one that leaves him at plus and gets thrown for his troubles.
Do you know what? I can't help but feel that round was nicked. I can't help but feel that round was nicked from Genocide, you know. And he's going to do the Hecatoncheries glide straight to the corner, gets a frame trap once again, but missed his meaty, unfortunately.
Yeah. Finally takes it though.
Nice! That was really good.
Yeah, that was a great anti-air.
You never use that, but that's the situational one with the medium spinning mixer. He's going to get stunned. Yeah, it's stunned.
Tries to interrupt Jammerz. I believe he tries to interrupt. He tries to avoid it somehow, but it's too late. And that is Yeah, that is really close. One more throw.
Yeah, smart man. That's exactly what I was
Activate.
going to say. I was going to say he should build all his VME until he gets activated Vitrigon block.
But right now, oh, he can't stop it. But anything right now is really good for Kxgenocide. But there, the tech is again. He has been conditioned to tech as he has been thrown a lot by Arydoon in the start of the set, and he's catching on to him, trying to stop that throw game. And as soon as he does that, he's ready to mix it up. Very aware, very ready, really focused on the match and the opponent.
So what you're seeing being exhibited to us right now is a classic example of how ready you actually have to be against Rashid's pressure. And it actually has been toned down over the years. And we still can't deal with it. Because the whole point of this thing was to mix it up and to get hit or a counter hit by a whirlwind shot, and then you kind of just tech so you can get like a back counter hit or something off a Stand Fierce. So Stand Fierce meaty. I don't know how Genocide's going to get out of this one, and as I say that, commentator's curse, but it might be commentator's blessing this time round.
Yeah, definitely a blessing as he got that neutral jump on that. Was that a crouching heavy punch?
Yeah, I think it was. Is this character locked? It is not. If these guys want to change characters, they can. These guys did tell us that they watched the show a fair bit, so they should should have that knowledge. If they don't, then
it's great seeing Arydoon is now ready to challenge. It's kind of like untrue, slightly untrue. I mean, it is a mix-up, but one of the options are very safe. Yeah, nice anti-air. Oh, he's definitely not teching again. Activates. Oh, too out for the throw. Maybe it wasn't intentional. Trying to catch him teching after that throw whip. Doesn't matter. Nothing.
He's out.
Oh. Punish.
Challenged.
And he's ready again. At this point, you might have to like try to mix in that very unsafe. I mean, that might not be really the optimal way to do it, but it is an option to show us, perhaps. I don't know.
He is anti-ed with all versions of spinning mixer that just go upwards. Medium spinning mixer, the heavy, and the EX. Arydoon is so on point right now. And I think what you're also seeing as well that's a bit of a struggle is because Seth's aerial approach got neutered, so now you're seeing how he actually has to open up opponents on the ground, and for the most part, people will accept the pressure.
Let's go. He is really there. Oh, wow. A raw, heavy DP. That's...
Dude, that's
not
got no...
the...
Hold on, that's got no throw invincibility. What?
No, so that's definitely some knowledge or something. Might have been like an EX input error. I'm not sure. But you know what I've seen? I've seen a lot of jumps that could have worked if they were not cancelled right now into the axe kick. So that might be something to work on. But as I say that, Genocide takes it with that extension from V-Trigger 1 Jammerz.
Alright, good stuff. And again, this is still a powerful V-Trigger. I think the number of... Sorry, the V-Trigger required moves, they consume less V-Gauge, but I think overall the V-Trigger doesn't last as long as it did last season.
Very nice counter conversion. Nothing happens.
Again.
Nice interrupts again. He's so ready. I didn't think that Genocide needs to change that up right now. Yeah, because that's not working out anymore. He's very ready and looking for it.
Back throw will do it.
Yeah, that's it. And he does not want to be shimmied again. And I feel like Arydoon is so on top of the mind games right now. He's always one step ahead, always guessing right in these clutch moments for the last, I mean, every game maybe? Yeah, so that's an interesting thing they have between them, how Arydoon is kind of like on top as the sensei maybe? I don't know, what would you say, Jam? Have you seen these kind of like clutch or these edge outs? They've been very, very favorable for Arydoon so far.
Hey, sometimes sometimes it's just going to be your day.
Nice. Yeah,
that's trying to chase him down.
Yeah.
Again, I think one of the worst feelings to have as a player is when it's like, look, you weren't particularly playing badly. It's just that in those clutch situations when it was the biggest game.
Wow, very nice. Sorry, Jammerz, but that was such a great stop of that escape from Rashid. That's not something you'd see every day. Very nice usage of the standing heavy kick, and he gets the crush. Nice conversion. Puts it in the corner almost. Oh, drops again.
Okay, so that must be an Oki thing. That must be a frame kill.
Maybe,
so he gets Oki. It must
proper
be.
Oki, yeah. Since there was a mix-up on the forward heavy punch Oki, I believe.
Good block.
It's not as strong. Yeah, block. Great block. Punish now. Kxgenocide up 1 round. Ready to take it back. Bring it back. 4-1. Let's see.
Right. Yeah, do you know, I'm thinking that like he's done it on multiple occasions, so it can't be accidental. That's got to be pure intentional.
Yeah.
For me, that's got to be pure intentional.
No, you're definitely right. That's something to think about. Continues to take the throw here. Not ready to stop it. Gets all the 3 blocks for the plus frames.
Pressure being applied, and he gets hit by another axe kick. In the end, another challenge from Arydoon. And you know, he's not even pressing the 3 frame, he's challenging with the 4 frame. So that should give you more than enough indication as to what frame traps you need to be doing now.
And he's doing the smallest punishes, but the punishes are still there on that spinning kick. Very nice. Arydoon playing so solid right now and making it really hard for Kxgenocide to open him.
Damn,
Great hit.
Well, it's going to be -2 on block, and you can convert it into a frame advantage situation. So I guess he's all right. No cancel.
Oh, he's chasing him down, and he does it again. No challenge this time, though.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to accidentally get hit and convert into lose.
He does not. Oh, that was a nice
Chase down,
activation. And he catches again. I feel like we saw just earlier Kxgenocide trying to predict that chase down after he did a -2 move on block and try to press and got countered by the side medium punch. And then as that happens, directly after, Arydoon is ready to chase it down again. Love to see it, Jammerz. Big chase downs. Let's go.
Let me see how this pans out right now. Meter advantage is with Genocide at the moment. Lovely with punish with the stand fist. You know what? Actually, crouching meeting kick has probably got one of the biggest lingering hurt boxes as Seth's arsenal. Sorry. So that's a pretty dangerous button to be flinging out if you're not careful with the spacing.
Nice shimmy. It's really in there now.
Do it.
I want to take this.
Again.
Nice. Yeah, great.
Plus, side switch. That's important. That is probably the freest side switch in the game.
Definitely. For a side switch to a mix-up on block, Jammerz, and on hit, there's a lot of damage. But he is close to getting close to taking this round. He doesn't need much. He just really needs one conversion, and then he has to get a finish. Oh,
do you know what?
He's getting staggered on.
Do you know where?
Beautiful staggers, Jammerz.
Do you know where I feel he messed up?
No.
I feel he messed up when he did the V skill and left himself negative. Because here's the thing. Obviously, you do the side switch and you're plus, but you put yourself in the corner. I think personally where you messed up is that's the move you wanted to do. Because the fact that you were negative, it allowed Arydoon to come back, take his turn, and start inflicting those staggers, right? So it's like, I think he could have waited, probably just kind of walked slowly forward there. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's just me personally.
Nice walk back, yeah. That was a good walk back from Arydoon, winning that throw.
We got this. V-shift into Eagle Spike. More punishes. Okay. Oh, no.
Oh, big whip. That's definitely an executioner. Is back again, ready to interrupt that empty pressure. He's been kind of seeing if he's doing some tighter strings for a while, but he's back to interrupting now. So I really like how he's kind of tried to just see, is he now going to try to trap me? He's not. So I'm just going to start interrupting you again.
Forward fist, that's punishable, but he didn't punish it. He could have done jab into spin and mixer there. He was close enough.
Definitely.
Definitely close enough.
Big whip. Great whip punish.
All right.
Anything really now.
And again, his patience. Yeah, he was going to activate V-Trigger for that anyway. Yeah. His patience, his spacing, his situation awareness overall is actually brilliant from Arydoon. He is making absolutely one-sided performance. So dominant right now.
Oh, and he gets chased down with something out there, but doesn't really matter. Gets back up.
Okay, back throw.
Takes the back throw.
Meaty Hekatonchris again, and a well-spaced one as well.
Nice with punish. I do believe we saw that with punish on that forward medium punch just before the speed up. Nice activation.
Do you know what's crazy? Now I think about it, I was talking about it before with Seth's side switch. These guys' ability to side switch is actually pretty nuts.
Oh, big whip! Yeah, they definitely have some of the best side switches, Jammerz. That was a big whip on that. Oh, no punish.
Too far for a
like
throw.
-7.
That wasn't going to work anyway because his throw range got toned down. That wasn't going to work.
Activates.
He just backs off. He's got V-Trigger activated. Next hit wins, by the way. What? It would have been.
That could have been it.
It would have been.
There must be some kind of conversion from that. Nice usage of the dive kick. Finally catching him. Get some breathing room.
Both players are from Algeria. This is an Algeria exhibition for someone, or I think a few people asking in the chat. But I think there's plenty of people answering that question. So thank you very much for answering that. People in the chat.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that's locked in right now. Much appreciated for tuning in and your support. Always appreciated.
Delay.
Alright, throw. He's going to throw him again. Going to do well with shot pressure. Applied good V reversal. Seth actually has a pretty darn good V reversal.
Yeah, but I do think that Rashid does have an answer to that V reversal. He's just not ready at that point.
No, the tipped cruel disaster there. I think he just wants to hit the poke because he stole frames. He had to at
that's
this
the second
point.
time this round. Yeah, just needs anything. Nice. Backs off after that. Here, X kick.
So Chris Tatarian's record stays intact. With the 10-0. Listen, if that was going to be 6-0, I don't know. That was looking a bit scary. I mean, because look, last week with Nephew and Filipino Man, we had 10-5. The week before that, we had Chris Tatarian and Luigi with the 10-0, and it's like, okay, again, people want good games, but what you have to remember is these guys play a lot. So Arydoon's like, look, today's the day I show everyone that I've got your number. Oh, no, we're punished again!
I do think Kxgenocide is the Algerian champion or the North African champion, but right now Arydoon is making a case for why he might actually be the next champion, as he is up 5-1 Jammerz and showing really great control and knowledge of the opponent and the characters here right now.
To that, and again, these guys have got a lot of auto space stuff as well, so that's why I'm seeing a lot of heavies being flung out at certain ranges. Kind of respect it. No anti-air is too far. Oh, sorry, it's too close.
Damage too close. Needed to do something like a heavy spin mixer. Nice, gets the hit. Activates.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Stagger, yeah.
Well, you would have dropped it.
If he did EX, yeah.
No,
but oh, he had it. That was it. If he confirmed or just canceled, this one is not. Oh, that's enough. Wow. But she doesn't have that much life though, so yeah, that was a nice chase down.
No, he's got
rounds,
what's he got? 950
or something?
I think it's 950.
Nice delay, but he's not converting again. Of those delays.
Can hit confirm into
finally confirms it. Yeah. Big damage. Big damage and corner, and he takes he steals the frames again. Not ready to punish the reversal though. Might be something to look for in the future. Takes the throw here.
All right, V reversal. There's the
grab.
There
you have the punish. Yeah.
Oh, he V reversaled out when the EX Hecaton Cruiser's out there. That's good. Good block on that.
Very nice block on that side switch as well.
He's dead.
Nice whip punish. That was a great whip punish. That's such a heavy whip punish to throw out as well. It's such a statement the way it lands, Jammerz.
Well,
that hurts.
I think one thing you have to remember as Seth is when you're throwing out particular buttons against the vast majority of the cast is like, look, when they're whip punishing, you got 900 health, so you're already playing with fire. And that was a very terrible decision.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was horrific. You didn't need to do that.
I mean, it worked out. Was it the game he won or the game before? He had two of those successful moments, and I think that is the position where you will start thinking that he's looking for it. And Arydoon was very aware, remembered it, and punished accordingly, as one would expect from a player of Arydoon's caliber. Oh, nice! He tries to anti-air, but gets too late.
The thing is, like, Arydoon's 5-1 up, potentially going to be 6-1 up momentarily, but you're playing a dangerous game, doing DPs in minor situations when you're playing catch up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at some point you have to kind of like instill something, but you got away with two of them, so it might be time to slow down. But sometimes we can't always know the reasoning behind the decisions. Any hit, I think, will take it from Genocide.
No counter hit. If that was a counter hit, that would have killed, but it didn't need to. He got the shimmy with the crouch immediate kick once again. I've lost count how many times that's been successful, but it is Rashid, and he had about 2 HP left, so you have every right to flinch.
And it's been consistently the correct call from Arydoon on those ending scenarios, Jammerz, where it's been the throw has not been teched and the shimmy has been teched. He's so good at knowing what Kxgenocide wants to do in these ending scenarios.
It usually happens after, like, 2 or 3 interactions of getting shimmy. Then you're like, you know what, I'm not going to take any more of these. And then, innately, you just tech once again. And the crush counter.
Nice interruption.
Right, he's confident in that scenario now.
Counter, if
you're flinging out heavies
really
there, you're confident in that scenario.
Will we see, you think, a Cammy swap if this continues? I mean, Cammy used to be Kxgenocide's main.
I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe he's under the impression he can't change his character, but... If he wants to stick it out with Seth, he can stick it out with Seth. But they're more than welcome to change. But guess they're happy playing this set.
Here. Not chasing it down. Maybe he's predicting a throw or some kind of a counter.
Alright, the V-trigger's depleted and he walks into a whirlwind shot, or more like runs into it. Understand big kick.
And he was closing in on super to finish if Genocide would activate the trigger. Very rough spot to be in right now. Yeah, I do think Genocide has a really strong Cammy, so it will be interesting to see if he could get that swap at some point, as Seth is not the same character he was last year, in my opinion.
We'll see. I mean, if there's no swap, I guess we can ask him afterwards, but I fear for the worst in thinking that he might say, oh, we were allowed to swap.
Run it back right now. He's going to say that. I didn't know that.
Swap there with the EX-Man Spiral.
Yeah, Chess is down. Oh, backdashes again. He has been punished for that quite a few times, Jammerz, but he keeps going for it, even in a situation where he's not being in throw threat. Interesting. Nice.
Alright, gets a throw. Straight to the corner. V-Trigger 2 is still active for Arydoon at the moment. Gets the spinning mixer. I'm going to apply some pressure. That is plus. That is frame advantage. That is finest.
Yeah.
People forget that, man. When he's got the V-Trigger 2 EA stuff activated, his regular whirlwind shot pressure, it actually becomes like plus. I think they vary from +1, +2. I can't remember the third one, but you basically can't press buttons after that. So.
Yeah, and I also believe that the ones that are plus, one of them at least has like some more like 3 or 4 frame gap somewhere. So
there's gaps in all of them.
There's
gaps in all of them, but it's like people are just unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, very unfamiliar, which is strange. It's now an old V trigger, but I mean, people are more used to just having to hold it maybe against Rashid, so they aren't really always labbing these kinds of things. It is the V trigger. I feel people get away with more stuff than they maybe should be.
I think a lot of regions do not have a Rashid of, you know, say Arydoon's caliber, of the big bird's caliber. You know, we're not in Japan either, where all the Rashids are there.
Nice trade, yeah. There are many Rashids in the Japanese region, so you definitely get your matchup experience there. Wow, what a trade.
There's a lot of sluggish exchanges happening right now, but Genocide has managed to keep these guys, keep Arydoon in the corner, but he escapes. That was going to be a free escape anyway.
Yeah, because I'm guessing Seth does not reach on any punish there.
Chase down, he's
Again,
out. Yeah, he's out.
There's definitely not. Yeah, he's out.
You know what?
Oh, and he gets it!
I'm going to see if he could have supered that. He is super. I reckon you can catch that eagle swipe with super.
I'm pretty sure you're right on that.
That's bugging me. I'm going to do that when I get home.
And he finally gets that dive kick conversion, and he finally gets one of those shimmies, but he misses his meaty Jammerz. So unfortunately, he had a very good run there. Nice.
I think that was too early. I'm not sure if that's an automatic meaty setup. That looked like it was manually timed. The jab, he might have done a bit too quick. Who knows?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and he finally just blocks. Arydoon not going for the chase down. Nice with punish, or might have been preemptively as that did not connect. Cancelled into the combo.
Threw it out there just like CCL did with Chun-Li's EX legs in Season 1. might as well. It's -2 on block. 10 frame startup. Might as well.
Catches the tech. And suddenly, just like that, Genocide is in the corner, but manages to interrupt his way out.
Throw. I throw him again. Oh, no, you didn't need to do that.
Why? You were out of throw range, my friend.
Not even throw range.
Yeah, you were out of anything.
Dude,
not need.
You were on the other side of the Grand Canyon. You didn't need to do that. Oh, man, that was his game.
And yeah, that was his game, and Arydoon has definitely shown us he knows when he will backdash or V-shift out of those situations.
V-shift again, lovely punish into the eagle spike.
He's so ready. He's so ready, Jammerz.
I am so upset that this is not 7-2 right now. Yeah.
You have a very much all rights to be upset that it's not 7-2 right now, because that was his game. Nice.
He's blocked. He's blocked it. He blocked it. Oh no, he didn't.
No. His hand was out there. He was throwing. He was reaching, as they say. What's it gonna be?
If Arydoon gets in, you're finished. If he's gonna activate, he's gonna try and activate off a nail assault now. Never mind.
Oh no, and he gets the conversion for OP, which is great.
He's got to block. He has to block it, and he throws.
Yeah, he's trying to use the V reversal to no comeback factor. Now he gets that V reversal. That's great for him.
That's zero. That's zero.
Yeah, 0 trades. Forced to trade. Okay, right now, Genocide can relax, take his time. We're in a good spot, but he puts himself in danger.
Okay, let's see. He might go for another Hecatonchires glide with the V skill too. I don't know. He might be itching for a jump.
Oh, but he gets the crush from the stand fierce Jammerz.
Oh boy, do you know what?
Boy.
Good comeback there from Arydoon. It's 8-1 to him right now. I felt that in that first round, or that second round, sorry, that Arydoon managed to pull it back. That should have been all Kxgenocide to make it 8-2. Oh, sorry, 7-2.
And there are more situations where he's been in a very safe -2, where he has been caught backdashing Arydoon. Seems almost like some kind of knowledge he has on what spacing he will do, as he hasn't done it at the wrong time so far, those chase downs from Arydoon.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Gets the plus frames, That's not that easy to do, you know, getting all those 3 hits or 3 blocks on. There's definitely a special timer for that, and he's consistently pulling it off.
All right. He's still trapped in the corner here. Massive life lead for Arydoon. He's got a positional advantage as well. Nice punish with the crouch and light kick. Once upon a time, that was the length of a medium.
Yes, or even more, maybe. Oh, nice activation, converts into it. Does the DP,
He's
goes
gonna
down.
spend it,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, he just needs. He misses his media again.
Oh, he
Interesting.
could have punished that. Surely
Yeah.
that could have been crouch medium kick.
Big punish. He could have had a big punish on that one, Jammerz. Do you feel there's a bit more nerves on one side here? I feel like maybe Arydoon is more calm, more collected in those scrambly situations. He's coming out on top a lot.
Well, I think like
Nice check.
I think less special moves are being thrown out from Arydoon, less unsafe stuff as well. Not taking as many risks, but I think like that was already determined by the time he was 4-0 up in the set.
Yeah.
Right, meaty. Again, I think his Genocide's just been struggling to get in, but that's been a little bit harder for Seth. Like overall, it's been harder for him.
Exactly. Oh, and he catches him with the stagger again. He has his timing down. That was also a delay on the jab. Nice conversion with the counter hit. One more. No.
Stays down.
Oh, chases him down. Not ready to stop the reversal.
Yeah, but Genocide don't have to reduce the stun. He's going to do it again. Yeah, he's not going to have any V-trigger. I don't know
But the
if
delay. You just see the delay, Jammerz. Perfect timing again.
Okay, throw. What's he going to do? I'd wait. Yeah, he tried to bait a DP or something.
Definitely. That was a nice little bait. And Arydoon stays
You're
too
out.
calm. Yeah. Why not? It's a good. It's like a dash punch at that point. It's a good closer or put you in the corner. I think I'd say. Jammerz.
Well, Arydoon managed to save his meter, so that is a plus. Well, let's see if he can make it 9-1.
So ready with the anti-airs. Has him in the corner. Not ready to stop the. That was a delayed V reversal, so it might have caught him. It might have been ready. We don't really know. Nice punish on the whip forward medium punch. That's not too easy as it's very fast until the second block comes.
Not sure what that set was there from Genocide, but not looking too good. He lost a very good situation for Seth there.
And finally, we see some jump light kicks. Nice, catches the backdash. Oh, the delay catches the backdash. Keeps on there. Yeah, but keep going, keep going.
Yo!
Yes! What a counter! That's what we
that?
want to see. Yeah, he definitely stopped that, but he was too respectful in baiting.
Yo, he had to preemptively do that. And can he get the stun? He can!
Oh, fine. This is the turning point. This is the turning point. Jammerz, I have called it. The turning point has arrived. The feeling of self has commenced, and the initiation of a comeback has begun.
Do you know what? I'm just amazed. I'm in awe
That was a great
at
punch,
the fact that he preemptively threw out a stand hard kick to stop the escape with the EX Eagles Spike. Because if that went south, if that went wrong,
that was it. Yeah,
that was it.
But imagine the statement that was right now. That was kind of like one of those EX Eagle Spike statements. Ooh. Nice. He's getting the timing more down, but there we have the interruption again. Stopping his momentum. Nice DP. Blocks the delay jab.
All right, there you go. Now we're starting to see those persistent pressure strings he was trying to implement at the start Genocide. They're starting to work out a little bit more, but again, Arydoon's 8-2 up in this set. I think he can afford to get a counter hit here and there.
But we're now seeing Genocide again jumping out of the stuff and being a lot more
There it
proficient
is
on defense. Catches him, juggles one more. He's still baiting, Jammerz. He's still baiting. Gets a bit of a scrambly jab. The comeback has commenced, Jammerz. We're seeing it happen.
The thing is, with games like this, we were talking about this when Hurricane and Mr. Crimson were playing, how ready Mr. Crimson was for the dive kick in the early sets. It's like, look, you were ready at the start, but are you going to keep that up from start to finish? That's it. It's long.
Yeah, it is.
Your
Nice
mind will
block and
think about
overhead.
something else from the first part. If that was the first to 3, on point, 110%. I love it.
Yeah,
It's different.
that's true. But it's like his comeback. He's got a second win. Nice. Another good timing on the dive kick.
Can he not chase that down with at least a light spin kick?
Sorry, Jammerz.
Do you know what?
Yes.
I'm curious because every time
like this.
Rashid has V reversaled, I'm pretty sure Seth can chase that down with the EX Hecatonkries or the light spin kick or something. Oh my god, he's dead, he's dead.
Catches the V reversal.
Is he? Oh, I thought you stunned. Okay.
One more. DP? No. Blocks great. Finally does not get hit, but then gets hit by the pressure after.
Alright. Guys, do not worry about the speed up and slow down in the game. It's only happening in spectator mode. This is not happening for them in the game. It's only happening to us.
We're far from them. Nice.
Crash counter.
He's in a good spot right now.
Throw him again. I think he tried to walk up throw, but
Yeah. Nice anti. He's so good at the anti-airs, Jammerz. And he punishes
that's
again
not-
the
that's not a
universal. You
good
can't
idea.
universal.
I think
Nice. And he finally gets us right on the shimmy. Sorry.
he's doing that out of panic. That's the thing, because he's not watching where Rashid's going. And the thing is, if he did a delayed view reversal and he did the roll, he's going to grab him. So he's actually not sure what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you're very right. The defense is a bit panicky right now. He does not want to lose. Great, gets a full jump in.
That was so big. Spinning mixer. Hey, spinning mixer if you're a bad man. Spinning mixer if you're a bad man. I'd spin a mixer. I'd just do it.
Yeah.
I'd just
Because you're up A2, right?
Oh, yeah, I'd
but
do it.
the reason Arydoon is up A2 is because he knows
He has to do
it's
plus. He has to make it plus.
no chase down. He knows no chase down is coming. He's so confident and backdashing because he has the dominating part right now when it comes to the offense defense. I feel he's so like scripting what's going to happen. I feel he's telling him what he's doing basically.
Yeah, a lot of the gameplay does look very telegraphed. Which is unfortunate, but again, that kind of give credit to Arydoon how well he understands the opponent, right?
Definitely.
That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say.
That's what I feel. That he's kind of like he is very much in control right now, and these are two very good players. So seeing this one sort of like one-sided is quite spectacular in my opinion. Nice try with block anyway.
It confirmed wake up 3 frame. I think that's like the second time he's done that in this whole set.
And did it work the first time as well?
I think he did.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He is so very knowledgeable of what Kxgenocide wants to do. Great block.
He can't keep resorting to these heavy axe kicks. It's because when that whiffs, he's in so much trouble.
Yeah, I feel like... Ooh, double whiff?
No cross cut and no anti either. Yeah, nothing.
Right now he's in a good spot though to take this round. Doesn't need to go in maybe at that point, Jammerz, but now he's cornered, and this is where Rashid shines.
Block it. There you go. He walked out. Do you know what? I respect that. At least once I respect that. Back throw.
Yeah.
There you go.
Finally gets a good call at the end there. He's stopped. He is ready now to not be reversal. I feel like he has recognized this. We'll see how that goes. Great with punish going forward.
The buffer. Okay, he tried to throw it, but again, because that's punishable by actual moves, I don't think it's a good idea to try and throw it in that situation. Hey, confirm.
This is really Genocide's run right now, Jammerz.
It is.
He's changed his timing in the air a bit. It is working out, but there he's back into that more old style. But he's doing more of those kind of unsafe on block, but very good on hit. Faster, light axe kicks in the air.
There you go. Heavy axe kick again. Gets the overhead.
And
2 bars spent.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more.
A bit better here. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So now, Genocide, that was a very comfortable game. Both rounds taken.
So, he's starting to, sorry to interrupt, he's starting to implement what Seth was very obnoxious for and very annoying for last season. It was, you know, constant, like, you know, incessant pressure with the axe kicks, and then, you know, that 4th or 5th jump, regular cross up the jump like it get a conversion in there. He done that mid-screen, right? Done that mid-screen, but I think for most part, Genocide hasn't had much luck in landing a lot of those aerial moments that he's wanted to, because Arydoon's spacing and his anti-airs have been pretty damn consistent. You got to respect that.
You definitely have been, but that was also great knowledge shown from Genocide. The way he dodged that whirlwind and punished, but there we have it.
Wait,
bait.
what?
You died from that bait. You almost died from that.
That combos? Why? Where's my phone? I'm ringing Capcom right now. Wait, what? What? Why is Big Bird not showing me that?
Big Bird, you have something you learn here right now.
No, I'm very upset.
Activate. Oh, no conversion.
All right, hold on. He's got a substantial life lead here. One crouch, like it. We'll do it in the buff. He did the wrong spin. What? Oh, he should have waited.
Yeah.
Dude, you should have waited.
Yeah, but he used the V-shift for some reason, so he's not in immediate danger right now. Jammerz just needs to land one big hit and then a small one. And as we say that, puts himself in a punishable position and gets punished. She's standing medium kick. I believe that's the punish. The
-8 one. It might be. I'll have to double check. Yeah, there's actually quite a number of things I have to check in this matchup.
Arydoon on match point for 10-3.
Do you know what's nuts? I actually haven't seen him use crouch fierce that much either with Rashid.
No, that's true. Because he hasn't been zoning that much. He's been... It hasn't been that much on the round.
He could lose the game from here.
Oh, panic back throw. This is a great position. He's the -4, I think, medium one.
He looked like the medium one.
Big whip,
no! He's going to get me punished here. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it any day of the week, and he crosses over for position advantage, but he gets a forward throw anyway.
He might have been trying to chase down that back rise, if that came, but Arydoon quick rising gets out of danger. Don't backdash. Nice, finally.
You know good read on Veggey's part. Don't backdash.
Let's go. Oh, he's not putting. Yeah, he does not want him to escape the corner.
Oh
obviously.
my, he
Oh,
does
but he
it
gets
again.
it again. This is such a pattern
No.
on Genocide's
Oh, no.
side. No. One
back
more.
throw. Ah, he doesn't throw. Wait. He's dead. He's dead.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That was such
my
a
word.
scrambly end.
Hey,
Jammerz, everything just happened at the end there, Jammerz.
why is Genocide living life on edge? Do you like doing this on
Yeah.
900 vitality characters? I couldn't do this with Seth. I couldn't.
I could do this with Abigail. Abigail, I could do something like this, but with Seth, you know, you die. You have to make those reads count.
Oh, he backdashed and he fell for it.
No, but yeah, but the backdash. This is what he wanted to backdash most likely. Yeah.
Oh man, this is crazy. I think he needs another jump in. Oh, and he gets hit with the spinning mixer straight to the
Arydoon,
corner.
yeah. And when you use that close to the corner, you're definitely getting some pressure.
I hate
but
that
here
he
it
can
jumps
do that.
out. Yeah.
Can hit confirmed. No, he didn't get it, but the jab, a reversal jab there from Arydoon.
Nice tech. Kind of telling him, you still don't know what I want to do on defense. You're not ready for it.
For everything. Thank you.
Nice. Yes. We need some activation. We need something to happen. Nice. Takes the throw. Very good decision, I think, Jammerz.
I think he can take advantage of this until Arydoon gets one bar. I think he can do something until he gets one bar.
Yeah, now it's really hard, right?
Uh-oh.
It's a trade at least.
He did
Does
fight.
not want to lose. Yeah, he does not want to lose.
Wait.
Going back
He's gonna have to land the
minus.
jumping or something.
Go back that.
I'm shook.
Oh, he actually dares. That is. He's gonna tell you that. You
Don't
have
throw
to-
the out.
Oh, punish.
That's
Nice whip punish with the stand heavy kick.
Man, that's
He's had some.
Yeah,
he's had quite
that
some
was
good whip
unfortunate
punishes with
for
that, yeah.
that was unfortunate for Genocide there, but lovely play, exemplary Rashid play there from
Yeah.
Arydoon. Your
Absolutely.
winner of tonight's sets, ladies and gentlemen. 10-2 was the final score. 10-3.
10-3.
10-3, the final score there.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Let's see GG's in the chats, ladies and gentlemen. That's how
Yeah,
we do
big
it out
G's. I want to see big G's. Big G's, big games. No, wait, big GG's. I mean, sorry, big G's is not that great, actually. Big GG's.
Wait.
Sorry, Jammerz.
Wait.
We saw some world-class Rashid play, though. I would say that.
What do you want to say? Do you want to say big G's? Do you want to say big games? Or do you want to say GG's? What do you want to say, Veggey?
I want to say big GG's, but I, being the person I am,
Yes.
a British favorite,
Yes.
would then say big G's because 1 G is 2 G's in Britain. Because we kind of like, you know how they say they skip words? We skip some letters sometimes. So big G's is actually big GG's. That is my final statement on that topic, Jammerz. So I don't know what you feel about that, big G's.
I know never to let you do a YouTube vlogging series talking about British culture because you cannot be let go or left alone for about 2 seconds talking about British culture. I still need to buy you that book. Maybe we might learn something or two
please
from
do
there.
that.
But
and we might do some loud reading every once in a while. Maybe a chapter here
I
and
don't
there
mind.
while we're waiting downtown.
Read it
Yes.
to your son as he falls asleep. Read it to your missus. Read it to your whole family. Read it to Mark and Richard. I just
No,
read it to
they would
someone.
love that.
They probably would.
love that.
They probably
Yes.
would. But back on topic. Congratulations to Arydoon for winning that set there. Obviously, I've got to
G's.
say, that is at Rashid was looking pretty on point. Staggered
Yes.
pressure,
Lovely.
mixing up the whirlwind shots.
The
Great
anti-airs.
chase down with the with the eagle spikes, especially the EX version.
The
as well.
knowledge.
But
The knowledge.
we can talk about that with the players in the chat after we take another short break. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Break time. We'll be back with you in
Big
about
G's.
4 minutes.
You shouldn't only admire my work, but also concentrate a little more on your lessons, Manar. Proceed. Let the spirits guide you. fate, you shall know.
It's your destiny. Soul powers nature.
You should try to learn to use your power a little better.
Alright, ladies and germs, welcome back to today's episode of sets featuring Kxgenocide and Arydoon. This set has now concluded, and you know what? My stream team was so kind enough because people come in before the action, after the action, they go, is it over yet? I can't see the scoreline. Where's Ed? Alex should be nerfed. The scoreline is on your screen in between the four of us, our panels. The final score was there, 10-3 to Arydoon taking the victory over there. But the gentlemen are in the call with us once again. Genocide, Arydoon, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
There you go, lovely stuff. Thank you once again, gentlemen, for taking part. And obviously, Arydoon, congratulations for winning the set there, 10-3. Now, Veggey, you had a couple of interesting questions you wanted to ask these guys, because as we were watching that set unfold, a lot of intricate and interesting situations happen. So, Veggey, please kick us off.
The first one is kind of more obvious, I feel, because Kxgenocide, to me, you're mostly known for your Kami, which is really like we all know the lethality of that Cammy. So did you ever consider swapping in the set, or did you want to ride it out with Seth the entire time?
I just pick up set before this match, so I wanted to finish all the set with Seth. I usually make good job against Rashid, but this time being with Arydoon changing his game plan, I didn't. I was a little bit surprised, and I just can't adapt to his game plan before the FT10 finish.
So what kind of things do you feel like he did different now from when you played earlier? Are there anything you can point out to me that I would kind of be able to see and think and notice?
Yes. I think he used to make some mistakes that I take benefit of them, like dashing more and me checking his dash, and also he plays more patiently and I could not open his guard with the Fishwiger because he was only always on his guard. So maybe this is why maybe he took the victory so easily this set.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say so easy though, because I feel a lot of those games were close. It's just that Arydoon seemed to have an ability to close them out in today. And as Jammerz said, sometimes you have your day. But yeah, I think still at the set was like it was a good set, but Arydoon was very good at finishing rounds, where he would. I feel like he was kind of on point with that. But there was also one thing that me and Jammerz noticed when you finished. I don't remember exactly which combo. Was it the target combo to the EX kicks, and then the air hit, and then you would slide instead of forward heavy punch?
Oh,
is that
yeah.
is that to get some?
Yes.
Is that
to get better?
I use this slide as a setup because after the slide I will be always I will be on +2 if he make quick rise and +4 and if he make back rise. So after if he stand on quick rise, he will be on 50-50 with Shop or Shimi or Shimi. I can open his guard and make him in my mindset every time I use it. Sometimes I just guard and wait for EXDP.
Okay, interesting, because that's something myself and Veggey have never seen before. At first I thought it was an input error, but then you did it multiple times. I said that's got to be intentional. And I think one or two people in the chat, shouts to the people in the chat saying that is one of the things that you're known for with your setups regarding Seth.
For the player that don't know the setups, maybe it make a kind of illusion that you are in safe, but I am in wake up.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of the illusion that they think, oh, it's my turn, he dropped it, but then it is actually your turn. So you can kind of.
I think we all have. I think we all have all setups. We all have setups that look like that, kind of showcase to the opponent. It's like, yeah, that's definitely unsafe when it is, and then you take a fat counter hit from a medium punch or so, and then you lose about 40% of your life. So, no, it's good that Kxgenocide enlightened us on that. Now, I've got a question for Arydoon. So, one thing you did exceptionally well in that set was chase backdashes with Eagle Strike. Is that something that you normally do, or is today you just had a very good read on Kxgenocide's gameplay?
As we play many times and almost all the days, we know each other well.
Yeah.
And every time we try to find some new option to have the advantage. But today, when we play, it's 50-50 between me and him. Some days he take more games than me, and me too. Some days I take more games than him. And today, I think it's my day. So. I always start with playing safely.
Yeah.
And in this set, I did the same things as always. And I try to punish his axe kick on whiff, even though in the air. to force him playing in the ground.
Yeah.
Because Rashid have a good footsies like crouch and stand first, and even the stand medium kick, and the perfect landing with that axe kick can break off my footsies and give him some advantage. So I always try to hit in the right moment. And the thing about the backdash, I think it's the first time I did it with the V-shift.
Yeah, no, honestly, that was some pretty interesting stuff, the way you utilize V-shift and just chase down KX's backdash, especially in the V-trigger, to get, you know, a ton of damage, because, again, Seth has got one of the lowest vitalities in Street Fighter 5, so might as well capitalize on it when you do get that hard read. So, I mean, lovely stuff there. Some people are asking in the chat, so clearly you guys weren't here about 2 minutes ago. KX did...
Tell them, Jammerz, tell them.
KX did explain why he didn't pick Cammy. He wanted to pick Seth and ride it the whole way out. He didn't want to change V-triggers, didn't want to change characters. So if you didn't know, now you know why. Genocide wanted to stick with Seth
Just
the whole way through.
If I can add something.
Please, go for it.
I think the matchup Rashid Kami is very, very known. So I just want to propose another matchup to the viewers.
Okay, look, he's thinking about you guys.
I'm thinking about you.
He's thinking about you guys at home.
Genocide, would you say that your Cammy is your strongest character, or your Seth, or do you feel like they're equal to each other? I mean,
I think in the past season, I think Seth was my strongest character because of all the stuff he got firstly release.
Yeah.
And me, I have a very airborne play style with his dive kicks, because he have three different timing of dive kicks, and so I just take benefit of his all his stuff in the previous season. But now with the nerves that he gets, I think Kami is better in this season. But it not exclude that I can use him against some character that may give me some trouble with Kami.
Interesting. All right. In your personal opinion, Genocide, now that we're on the topic of Seth, where would you put Seth in the game? How would you rate him? Is he a top 5 character to you? Is he top 10? Is he below top 10? What does KX Genocide think of Seth right now?
I think I think Seth is in the top 10, the late top 10 character. I think, not in maybe in the 8, 9, 10 position. All of this because of the nerfs he gets. Even though the players that play Seth very ground in the ground.
Yeah.
Didn't feel the nerfs, because the nerfs almost all was focused onto his airborne play with the dive kicks get nerfed, and just with the dive kick was mostly the most nerfed things.
That was the biggest problem for a lot of the community for about 12 months.
Players like for example Xian, I don't think he feel too much this nerfs, and also he got the new buff with the V-trigger 2.
Yeah.
That make the V-trigger 2 more interesting now. So, but I think he's in the top 10. Well, I don't think he's in the top 5.
That's a very good assessment. I could definitely agree with that one. Arydoon, where would you place Rashid in the game right now? Do you think he's top 3? I know he's not less than top 5, but I want to hear your opinion.
Yes, I think that Rashid can be a part in the top 3 because he's very strong through all the season from Street Fighter 5, even though he got nerfed many times.
I mean,
it's true though.
It's hard for us people in the community to deal with a character like Rashid, so of course they have to turn it down year in and year out to make it somewhat more manageable. But even today, KX Genocide had a couple of issues dealing with your Rashid style and your new game plan that you implemented today. So pretty good stuff there. But I mean, look, he's still a top 3 character, like you said, Veggey. I mean, you can't disagree with that, can you?
I put Rashid very high. I just always forget him, Jammerz. When people ask about characters, I always forget Rashid, because the closest Rashid we have is all the way down in North Africa. If
That's
we don't
true.
have Rashid players around, so I forget
Listen.
until I see someone like Arydoon bring out that crouch medium punch, anti-air stand, heavy punch, crouch medium kick slow, and controlled Rashid play, and reminds me that this character is a boss.
One
Jammerz.
thing you must always... I remember I said this last year when everyone was trying out all these new characters and stuff. I said, listen, you better keep an eye on those Rashid players because they're going to fool you trying out all these other characters. When the CPT comes back, then man are all pressing buttons with Rashid again and whatnot. But
Yeah.
you know what? Now I got to ask Arydoon another question about Rashid. So you are well versed and well experienced with this character. If you
Yes.
do watch other Rashids around the world in competitive gameplay or on CFN, is there anything that other players are not doing with Rashid that you feel they should be doing, or is everything fine as it is regarding Rashid?
So, in general, the top Rashid players play the character safely, like Gashi can do. In other hand, you can find more unexpected style like Oil King. I noticed that there are so much of that Oil King win because of his game style.
Yeah.
And that's why, in my opinion, Rashid must play it sometimes and predictably against some character in order to get the win. For example, I have seen recently an FT10 between Angry Bird, yes, Angry Bird and Crimson, where Angry Bird Angry Bird picked Rashid in the last of the set. And with the playing aggressively and unpredictably, he win the set even though he's not a Rashid main. And in the same time where Gashikun lost against Crimson in the last Red Belt Kumite by playing safely, even though the matchup is for Rashid. So it's true that a long and a short set isn't the same thing, but every region has their own style, and in a big tournament can be hard to read the opponent gameplay. So sometimes a little of craziness can disturb the opponent, getting him out from his zone of comfort.
Okay. Do you know what? I can agree with that. I can sort of agree with that.
Can I ask you, Arydoon, what characters do you think Rashid actually struggles with? And when I say struggle, I don't mean 5-5 or close to 5-5. I mean like proper 4-6 or worse.
Does he lose any matchups?
Does he lose, properly lose, in your opinion?
Yes, I think I played recently with Bonjon. He picked Karin, and I found that matchup is definitely on favor to Karin. I can also say that Colin is very hard in neutral with Rashid. His normals can beat all his footsies. And I think I can put also Laura. I don't know why, but yes, Laura. I think it's not 6-4, but it's slightly hard to Rashid to win this matchup.
So we got Karen, we got Colleen, and we got Laura.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And I've heard the Colleen before though.
It's not unplayable, but you have to do some effort and focus more to hit the opponent.
I mean, I've heard Colleen before, Jammerz and Arydoon, but I haven't heard. I mean, Karin I've heard debated, so that's kind of hard. But I have never heard personally the Laura, so that's interesting. That's something I'd like to hear from other Rashids. If any other Rashids are watching, please tweet at me.
Do you know what? We'll have to talk about that one in the future. But you know, I've asked Arydoon that question. Now I got to ask Kxgenocide that question. I want to kind of direct it more at Seth, since you played Seth today. If you do watch other Seths around the world, what are they not doing with the character that you feel they should be doing a little bit more? Maybe going back to picking V-Trigger 1, maybe utilizing V-Skill 2 a bit more. What do you think, Kxgenocide? Do we still have it? Or has his mic disappeared? Has his mic disappeared? Oh, okay. I think we've lost Kxgenocide's mic for a minute.
He's here. I think he's here.
Is he here? Have we got him?
Hello?
Hey,
hear me?
there he is. There we go.
Hey, welcome back,
I thought we lost him.
Habibi. Yeah.
Did you hear my question, or do you want me to repeat
Yes,
that
yes.
for you?
Yes, I hear.
Okay, please, fire away, answer.
Yes. So I think about Vitrigger 2 and Vitrigger 1, when I played set,
Yeah.
I always thought that the Vitrigger 1 is always is best than Vitrigger 2, as many players also like Punk and other guys think about it. But when I play against the Japanese player here in the Red Bull commit,
Yeah.
I found that it's very hard to open the card with the Vitrigger 1. Since when I activate the Vitrigger 1, the opponent put his guard crouch and didn't move. So, and there is other character if you didn't confirm the crouch medium kick with the crucial disaster.
Yeah.
They can punish you as Ermika and the other. So you cannot just spam this crouch medium kick and the crucial disaster.
Okay.
So after that, I understand why other people playing set with the Vitrigger 2 prefer it, even if now they have only one chance to open the card with the 150-50. And the best example for it is Xian. I think he's the best one who used the Vitrigger 2 of set.
Okay.
And for other things, I think when I can when the previous season was here, I think players didn't use much the dive kick of set and all the stuffs, even though it was very strong. But now I think all the players are forced to play the same way because of the nerfs.
Ah, okay. That's a fair point, because obviously, he, in my opinion, not as a Seth player, he was a little bit crazy to deal with, and he was a bit of a nightmare. So it kind of these nerfs kind of made the Seth players have to utilize his grounded toolset more. Because again, you could jump and not really think about it, and everyone would lose because they couldn't know or which way you were going to land when you did the jump. So, as a non-Seth player, it was reasonable. For you guys, it probably is a little bit harder to open up your opponents because everyone's kind of understood how to defend them a little bit better than they did last season. So, that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah. An interesting thing they could add though is, Seth's standing medium kick would be a really great control button if it hit crouchers. Or since the crouchers get away with it, it's kind of like something like maybe something to consider giving as compensation. But I don't mind not running into Seth every game in ranked, and so I don't really care. But it's something you could give Seth to give him a bit more control on the ground. Though he has good buttons and great pressure, he doesn't have the best vitality and he doesn't have the best neutral. I mean, he's very whiff punishable. So I like it. I like the place he's in right now when it comes to like his general design. It's fine to fight against it. I personally believe it's fun to fight as him.
Okay.
So I don't know what you think about that, Jammerz. Have you fought any Seths lately?
One or two. But they just like to get hit by.
They totally disappeared.
Well, I wonder why they disappeared. They disappeared because they can't jump anymore. For the most part, anyway. But no, I mean, like, look, I still think he's a strong character, but it's more in the hands of specialists like Genocide, like Xian, like Kami. Shouts to Kami from New York, or Kiwi's mess around with Mochi, Saka, all them guys. So it just takes a little bit of work. But yeah, I've got to ask this question that I ask every one of our guests that come on this show, and I'm going to start off with Arydoon. Arydoon, if there was something you could change about Street Fighter V, anything, a mechanic, remove a character that you hate, buff Rashid, anything that comes to mind, what would
Rashid is good right now.
what would Arydoon change about Street Fighter V?
So Street Fighter V is getting better from season to season.
Yes.
Mostly with the change applied in order to correct somewhere the issues, and also the new mechanic adding to the game. And the game could be almost perfect if the netcode was good. So I will talk about the netcode. In fact, many regions in the world are suffering because of the netcode or online experience in general. For example, in our case, we didn't feel this issue much till the incoming of the COVID-19, evolving the competition to turn online. If we see, for example, if we see the Intel tournament, the region chosen by Intel cover more than 70 countries that make some sets unplayable because of the distance.
Right.
So I hope that Capcom will fix this in the future, this issue, in order to offer a better online experience for the gamers.
Okay, fair play, because Arydoon did bring up a fair point. All these big competitions coming around that are region locked, but because of the distance within those regions, it can be tough for a lot of these guys to play, and there's a lot of like competition pride and money on the line for you guys at home. So again, it's another fair point. Now I've got to transition over to Genocide. Do you share similar thoughts to Arydoon, or is there anything specific you'd like to change about Street Fighter 5 if given the opportunity?
Yes, I think if I had the opportunity to change something in Street Fighter 5 now, maybe I would talk about the V-gauge build in the game, the V-gauge build.
Oh, okay.
I think I would make it more universal because because I think that there are some characters who can build the V-gauge faster comparing to others.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if it's creator of the game took this in consideration, but if we take for example Colleen.
Yeah.
So ignoring the fact that her V-trigger is 2 bar, that is insane by itself. If we take in account how strong her V-trigger is, but she can also build V-gauge pretty much easily without her with her V-skill and with her target combo.
Yeah.
And also she has 1000 health, so it's helped to build the V-gauge by taking damage also during the match. And on the other hand, if you see Kami, for example, who I think she has no effective tools to build V-gauge other than receiving damage or landing some crouch counter. The V-skill build little bit of V-gauge, but it's not comparable to for example Nikali or Colleen or G or some other character that can build V-gauge more quickly.
Okay.
So I think this if you take this in consideration, this point, maybe for a 2-bar character, in reality she has she can build her V-trigger in less than 2 bars, maybe 1.5 or 1 bars.
Okay.
Comparing to other who has three real bars to build their V-trigger.
The only thing I've got to argue with Cammy is, yes, she lacks building V-gauge pretty well, but the fact that you might be able to get 2 V-triggers in a round, and you have one of the best dive kicks in the game when you're in V-trigger, I think it's fair that she can't build a V-meter as quickly as, say, other characters, but then Cammy doesn't have a target combo that ends with a V-skill, so that she can build the V-meter like Colleen on the Carly does. So I kind of understand the argument there. I mean, we can bring on the Cammy hate brigade, but
I mean, but one thing is certain, though, Jammerz,
I just put Cammy for example, just choose Cammy for the simple example.
Of course.
But it's not. There are all other players that we can apply this example to. It's not only.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just that obviously with your example, I could argue against Cammy, but I think Veggey wants to say something.
I just like to say that Cammy is at least one of the best to build the opponent's V-gauge. So there's that, Jammerz. There's that.
No, that is fair. But no, do you know what? That's a very interesting point about how they should probably reassess how they build V-gauge each character, because some characters have more access to it or easier ways to build it than others. Some people do have to get damaged. That was Chun-Li's case for the longest time in Season 1. She had to get damaged because her V-skill, it was part combos, but it was trash.
Yeah.
I think it was bad.
but with Colin, it's a very good point because I've seen in CBT Japan, one of the strongest regions, top 8, Colin having a V trigger before losing health in a round.
It's a big deal.
So that happened in one of the. So might be a bit too much building for some, but I do think that giving someone like Cammy the ability to build the same bar as Colin, she would be unstoppable. So if anything, I guess Colin would have to build less V-Gauge, maybe. Because I've seen 2 bars on full HP in tournaments.
I have
that
too,
is real.
but I do have to blame it to the opponent's defense because they keep getting hit by crush counters. It does look pretty bad. What? What? You want to say something?
Also, she can spam her skill from safe distance also. She can spam her skill from safe distance without being afraid
Damn, you really,
of being punished.
You really don't like Colleen, do you?
I think we need to see Idris versus Genocide in one of the next episodes because there is some salt there. There is some salt there, and we need to sort this out.
This is brilliant.
We need to sort this out, Jammerz. I need to see this V-bar building. You remember Idris from Rank back in the days?
I think I played it once or twice.
That was a good Colleen. Yeah.
I like that Colleen was specifically sniped out. But no, do you know what? It's good because I remember me and Genocide spoke a couple of weeks back. And, Genocide agrees with me that Colleen's V-trigger should be 4 bars. I think it should be 4 bars.
It's a good point.
Totally. Yes.
I would support it. But you know, she would still be good if it was 4 bars.
I know.
That's
the sad part about it.
That is what is wild. She would still be good. She would get it at 3 bars every round. Maybe sooner sometimes. I mean, who knows? And it's the finishing V trigger.
Listen, that's how it goes, and it's something to left to be desired. But we are in the closing moments of this show. Veggey, have you got any more questions for the boys? Because I think we've got interesting answers out of the pair of them throughout the night. But
yeah, but this one is more general, like.
Go for it.
There is one tip that a lot of Rashid players I see could use, Arydoon, and that is when you fight against normal sized character, you didn't miss your EX Whirlwind plus frames mid-screen. What is your timing trick? Is there a trick to the timing to get the plus frames on the Whirlwind that you could share with aspiring Rashids that all the time do EX Whirlwind and you block twice and they're -2. But Arydoon kept doing Whirlwind, 3 blocks, plus frames, rinse pressure. And I know it's a tight timing, but is there any tip you can give to aspiring Rashids on how to get the timing down? EX Whirlwind after Stand Medium Punch mid-screen.
Stand Medium Punch mid-screen. So the V skill has many times to execute it. So I think you can do it.
In the end.
Yes, in the end of the Wild Wind X, and that make the Wild Wind safe. Maybe maybe +3 or +2. And if you do it quickly, it's of course minus.
Yeah, so that is the trick.
So
yes, you have to try. You have to try this.
Delay a little bit in order to get the plus.
Okay.
Because that's not something everyone knows, Jammerz, so that's something for Rashid players.
No, honestly, that's...
I see a lot of high-level players who play Rashid also do that mistake where they think that they're plus after that 2-hit EX Whirlwind. So, but I saw Arydoon kept getting the 3 hits, like never missed it, really. And I know it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not very hard, but it's definitely a timing thing.
Yes, just you have to train on this.
I think also it's depends on the hurt box of the opponent. It's not always the same with all the opponents.
It's always when the opponent is crouching.
When he's crouching, you can get.
If he's standing, you can be 0 or +1. But if he's crouching, you can it hit on +3.
Okay, fair play.
Yes, there are certain characters that have their hurt box when standing a little bit behind. So when they will be always 0 on block if they stand, like Bison, for example, or Jury. Or
okay, fair play.
There's a lot of knowledge to be had, Jammerz.
Listen, I'm making my mental notes, and my laptop's just over there, so I'm gonna write it down so I don't get caught out by this stuff if I ever have to encounter this situation. I'll be sure to watch back the replays to double check the numbers there. But you got any more final questions you want for the boys before we let them go?
I'd really like to thank them both. Shukran, Habibi.
Shukran.
Thank you so much, Shukran.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We can
for
give
attending
you
and-
some Arabic lesson if you want.
Yes, yes, Habibi, please.
You,
Let's
you,
do that
you,
someday.
you could
Yeah.
sort them out in your own time.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
no, we'll sort that out on Twitter.
Gentlemen, like Veggey said, Arydoon Kxgenocide, thank you so much for showcasing your skill from the North African scene and Algeria specifically. Shout outs to these guys for joining us. They do have Twitter accounts, guys, so if you want to give them a follow and pick their brains or just find out where they're playing Street Fighter and what they're doing, then make sure you follow them on their socials, which you can see under the names there. But once again, big thank you for these guys for joining us, and we are going to be in the future trying to tap into this region a little bit more, and regions are surrounding that as well. You do have to bear with us because we do have a list of guests we do want to bring on the show and everything, but we'll try and bring on as many guests and sort out these exhibitions as we can in the near future. All right, gentlemen. So this is the part where me and Veggey have to do our work and close out the show properly. So when you're ready, if you would like to leave the Discord call, and I'll message you guys in the future, thanking you guys once again for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Take care,
Okay.
gentlemen. All
Take
right.
care.
So, Veggey, that's it. We managed to get into the Algerian FGC, North African FGC, get some players from there. I mean, overall, how was the viewing experience for you?
I think that we learned a lot about the region and how they have kind of like built up their level, not just through fighting against Europeans like in France and Spain, as they said, which they're allowed to do in Street Fighter V due to the net code, I might add. But they also have a really like active and strong and hungry offline scene, and all these things, learning about how this region is just as alive as any other region, which is something for everyone to take note of. I think that was a great experience for me as a player in this scene who also did not really know that much to learn about. So I think that was an important episode to be had, and the knowledge should be taken further in the future, and remember that these regions might not be connected as well with the rest of the world, but they are still very much alive and
very active
in the servants of their spotlight. So I hope we can bring more of that in the future, Jammerz. A very important episode, I believe, and I'm very happy that it turned out the way it did when it comes to all the talks we did and all the talking we had, and also in addition with a great set.
Yeah, for sure. They showcased some of their talent. Obviously, the final scoreline shouldn't reflect how good they are as players overall. Hopefully, when all this whole thing worldwide pandemic has died down, maybe they get the opportunity, just like Australia, have the opportunity to travel to some of these events in Europe, in the Asian region, in the American region as well, and showcase more of their skills. But for now, we managed to get these guys on the show, and we're going to tap into some of these regions. Like I said, to reiterate a little bit more in the future, we do have a list of players we do want to bring on the show, but we'll try and get as many guys as we can. But we'll sort out some lineups and exhibitions in the future. But speaking of Richard, have we got any SF5 action happening this week that you wanted to advertise? There you go.
Let's
We
go.
got Wanted coming back on this week. Mr. Crimson remaining the champion of Street Fighter V. He was part of a Wanted exhibition for another game. Something to do with striving. I don't know. I don't know what that game's called. A lot of people are playing it right now. Apparently it has something really good about it that everyone bought it for, but no clue. But in Street Fighter V, Dalsim still remains the best. And he's going to be going up against
definitely does, yes.
Escudo, which I think this is one of more Dalsim's problematic matchups. So we'll see how Escudo handles that one against the king of Wanted.
And he's closing in on Hurricane's record, 20 wins, and then Hurricane had to disqualify himself as he, in his almost own words, no, he didn't say that, but it seemed like he was just rolling through and it would not have any more of it. And now Mr. Crimson is almost at that record of 20 wins. Will he surpass him and force Hurricane to come back? We can see in 6 weeks. Maybe earlier.
We will see, but obviously the qualifying match for that, if Escudo doesn't manage to dethrone the king, the qualifying match will be Just Power going up against Dover Chief in the first of 7, Vega versus Chun-Li. If you haven't seen the Street Fighter 2 movie, get your law knowledge down, because you might want to see how that fight turned out. And then if you want to go check out the undercard as well, we're going to have a Swahilo going up against Akram, who did make it into the top 8 on the CPT for Western Europe
he did.
not too long ago. But that's going to be Wanted there. Make sure you follow Damascus' channel, twitch.tv/ZDamascus there. If he's not throwing around dolphins in SeaWorld or playing this weird electric guitar, you might catch him playing some Street Fighter. Don't say you'd heard it from me. And then for the weekly schedule of Salt Mine, I believe they did have their Monday night sets back on the schedule here on Monday. I think there was a Jimmy versus Fastest set I need to catch up with. But they do exhibitions on the Monday just like we do. On Fridays, the king of the Salt Mine. I think Hurricane is still the king of that Salt Mine there. So you want to join a deep
King Hurricane!
Make sure you sign up to that on Fridays. And on Sunday is the usual ranking event there, which is a 12-week long season, but there's been a little bit of breaks and hiccups here and there, but the season is still going strong. So if you want to sign up and join the European action, make sure you sign up and join the Discord, and then follow Soapman on the following social media outlets. So you can see the bottom right side of your screen, the YouTube, the Twitch, and the Twitter there. Do not forget as well, can we get the fight cards up once again, Richard, if you can? Next week, we got things with wings flying around. And to be fair, both these characters are pretty aerial anyway. So this is very fitting. We saw this matchup today with Genocide and Arydoon. Shouts to those guys, Seth versus Rashid. We might see it again. Or Big Bird might pick the Ken and Angry Bird might fly around and steal his Shoryuken to anti-air that Ken. I don't know. We'll see.
And we will learn. And we will learn if that DP is also upgraded or if it's not. And if it is upgraded, that makes you... then you can ask, is the stolen move actually directly stolen when the game happens? Because we still know patch notes for that. So probably
we'll ask him. We'll ask him. Keep that question in the back of your mind and make sure you ask him next week. And then on July the 5th, we are going to have Mature going up against Carbon, Ryu versus Bison. I think he actually had to play this match in the CPT that he was in not too long ago. So I'm very curious to hear his thoughts on Ryu as a character, his matchups, good and bad, how he feels about the scene, and what he does behind the scenes as well. Because like I said, I feel this guy's an unsung hero that not a lot of people know about, that they should know about. So it's going to be great to see his take on Ryu and his gameplay on that day. So do not mark that down on your calendars. Monday, 5th of July, we're back here with some more action regarding that region over there. But I think that's going to conclude it for us tonight. Nothing more to advertise. Do not forget, the closed qualifiers for the Intel World Open are upon us. Sorry, I think we're about 8 or 7 days away. And this one over here, that one over here, he's part of the qualification spots, so you get to cheer him on. I just get to laugh at him when he loses 50% for a random bullhorn not working. But he should be able to do well. He should be able to do well, and make sure you get practicing that and stay match fit, Veggey. That's all I can say.
Definitely going to stay match fit, Jammerz. Random bullhorns don't work anymore, in case you haven't caught up to the patch notes. There's no real back anymore. There's no real back. There is no real back anymore.
Hold on. They added a 1.2 damage multiplier on DPs. Do you think that stops people from using DPs? No. So my point still stands.
It doesn't pull back. It's like pressing an 18-frame button on defense, Jammerz. You wouldn't press an 18-frame button on defense, would you?
Some people do.
Some people do.
You'd be surprised.
I'm not some people.
You'd be surprised how far you can go in a round by pressing a random heavy on defense. I know bullhorns are special, but I see a lot of people press random heavies on defense and then wins the round.
Especially Rashid players.
Damn,
standing heavy punch.
Wow. He's really calling them all out. Okay, he's calling them out on the show. All right.
Have you not seen? Even the Gachikun himself is the inventor of defensive standing. Fierce punch, crush counter, roll under, corner, dead. Next round, let's go. It does happen, Jammerz.
He's calling you guys out, not me. He's calling you guys out. But other than that, closing moments here. Make sure you follow myself on Twitter at HCJammers, at Veggey SF here, and let us know how you felt about the show, what players you should bring on. That's what we want from you guys. But Veggey, I've got to give you your last words as always. Is there anything else you want to say? Let the people know before we release them into the wild.
In case you didn't hear it in the opener or didn't get it or understand my kind of like segmentation or whatever it's called, when I was introduced today by my good British friend Jammerz, I am still your favorite Brit Veggey, and Dhalsim is extremely potent. Perhaps top 3. Perhaps one may not know yet.
All right.
In the future, one shall be enlightened to such information.
I think we have to put you in the ring against a Dhalsim player so we can really see how much your hate goes down the rabbit hole. I'd love to see that, but we can organize that another time. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to love you and leave you in the weekend where not only professional Street Fighter players qualify for the Capcom Cup, It seems all you got to do is open a show, hit a couple of buttons, and make sure your EX10 codes connect, and you might be able to take that spot as well. Once again, congratulations to Rob TV for qualifying for Capcom Cup through the Midwest region. He's going to be doing no neutral soon, so he might be able to talk about himself and the topic. But hey, commentators, don't sleep on them. Hosts, they're here to stay. We'll see you next week. Take care.